flows and it keeps flowing. The man said, what you doing? You know, are afraid of being uncomfortable. They talk about it. Oh yeah, I can do it. I said, you know what? I'm done. I've been trying to do this. I want to have like Spider-Man, just about really honestly is about. You know, we're not going to use anybody in particular. So this one gentleman, he represents a community of people. He represents not a generation, but he represents a lot of people. And I call him No Results Richard. Now, as I casually walk around this gym, I see No Results Richard. And what Richard is doing, goes on a treadmill, same speed, same weights that when he goes and use the weights, same weights. And you know what Richard gets? He gets the same results because he does the same things every time. Have you ever seen anybody who do the same thing differently? But it's basically the same thing. And that's what Richard is doing. And so Richard, he makes my heart sad, basically, because he doesn't really try to do things differently. And that's where the whole premise comes from of shock the body. You shouldn't always know what you're going to do when you get to the gym. You should be able to like shock the body and treat it and just go as hard as you possibly can. And don't be like No Results Richard. Richard also goes home, eats the same type of food. He talks to his wife the same way. He talks to his kids the same way. He gets the same results every time at his job, at his company. He does not want to, he wants comfort, basically. That's it. That's the best way I can speak about it. No Results Richard just wants comfort. He doesn't want to be uncomfortable. And that's what we need to talk about. We need to talk about people who really, are afraid of being uncomfortable. They talk about it. Oh yeah, I can do it. Oh yeah, I don't mind. But the reality is they do mind. People don't really understand that they have to be pushed. They have to be pulled. They have to be taken out of their comfort zone to really, get more results, to really become the best person they possibly can be. And this is why, and I'm going to go biblical for you on a moment right now. This is why God puts you in situations that you wouldn't normally be in. Daniel went into the lion's den. Jonah went on the boat. He went on the boat. I mean, these stories happen. I mean, Joseph, he went in a well. He became a slave. I mean, think of all the stories that really took place. It was because God said, guess what? I got to put you in a position that you really shouldn't be in to bring out the best of you. So even though Richard, he thinks he's doing certain good because he comes to the gym every day, all he's doing is checking off a box, man. All he's doing is saying, yep, honey, I went to the gym today. Hey, guys, I'm going to the gym. Kids, I'm going to the gym. But when you get to the gym, Richard, you're doing the same thing. And that's why you're getting the same results. OMG, when is it going to end? When are you going to be like, you know what? I need something better. I want better, not just for myself, but I want better for my life. I want better for my entire family. That's when you really have to put in the real effort. You have to put in the work and you got to put yourself in an uncomfortable position. Do something that you normally wouldn't do. And that's No Results Richard. Richard comes in, he does the same thing differently. And you know what that means. If you do the same thing differently, no matter what, you're going to get the same results. So guys, I'm here to tell you right now, switch it up and don't be a No Results Richard, man. Don't do it. And ladies, I'm talking to you too, because I see ladies come in all the time too. And I call this lady Same Size Sally. Same Size Sally. She comes in, she got her headphones on and she goes right to the treadmill or the Stairmaster. She doesn't have anything to say to anybody. And she just really, she locks in, but she doesn't increase her effort. She doesn't increase, what she's really doing. She's comfortable. Once again, she doesn't want to be pushed. But because she's comfortable where she is, she doesn't really push herself forward as she should. And sometimes what we have to do, Same Size Sally, if she wants to increase her size, but she doesn't want to increase her workload. How you going to increase your size if you don't want to increase your workload, man? It's just not going to happen. How you going to get better results when you don't want to be criticized or you don't want to have constructive criticism and told, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? People frown upon trainers. They think, how are you going to tell me what to do when you work here and I do this and I do that? OMG. You like Naaman. You remember Naaman in the Bible too. I'm going back to the Bible again. Naaman thought he was just too proud. Couldn't no prophet tell him nothing until he caught leprosy. But what was really about, it wasn't about leprosy of the body. It was all about leprosy of the heart. And that's what's happening to a lot of people right now. They look at trainers like, oh, no good. You got leprosy of the heart. You're too proud, too arrogant. You should sit down, relax, hear what they got to say, take it into consideration, and really see if it will change your life. Here's the key thing that people need to realize. Just as God has created this ecosystem, he created this fabulous ecosystem in life, meaning the birds, they need the grass needs the rain needs the clouds, and the how it all works, right? God has created it beautifully, but he's also created people that way too. One person the lawyer needs the doctor needs the scientist. I mean, the doctor is a scientist, but he needs the biologist needs the chemist, and they all need each other, right? And as individuals, we all need each other too. We all don't have all the information, and we all don't have the characteristics to do certain things that we actually need, and we all need one another. So when you come to the gym, don't think you got it down pat, especially if you want the results, and you gotta put forth the effort to ask the questions that you need to ask, and then trust and embrace the person who is the professional. Who's to say you're doing the best you possibly can do if you never tried to even do more and really have somebody sit by you and push you? That's what you need. You need somebody there saying, yo, look, dude, you really can do more. You can try more. And you do a certain level and you just stop. I was like that myself at one time, comfortable where I was at and not really trying to excel because I didn't really want to push past my threshold, which I thought was my threshold. But to come to find out, I was able to do excessively more. But I was just so stuck at a certain area that I didn't want to be questioned even, let alone pushed, because I was getting accolades where I was at. I was getting like, dude, you look good. Dude, you're doing a good job. Dude, you doing that. Oh, you drive that. You live here. You're awesome. You good. But lo and behold, I had so much more in me. But in order to really push what was more in me, I had to lose all that I had. So that's what happened to No Result Richard. He lost all that he had. He lost his wife. He lost his kids. He had to pay child support. He lost his job. He lost it all because he was just so comfortable where he was. If you think you're comfortable where you is, it's going to become a point in your life where that comfort is going to get disrupted and it's going to become chaotic. And then what you going to do? Where you going to go? You've been so used to be doing the bare minimum that you're not really pushing yourself forward, and now your muscles become weak, your mind becomes soft, and you're not really ready to go to the next level. That's a sad situation that we don't want to be in. And that's why blessed is the man whom God corrects, or woman. Blessed is the man whom God corrects. God is going to correct you if he loves you. And hopefully he loves you. So he's going to correct you, but you got to love him back. You got to be able to see the correctional process as he's putting forward. He's putting forth to you. And sometimes that correctional process is somebody coming to talk to you, somebody trying to share some information with you. And you got to be open enough to really be like, okay, I want to know more. Don't be so closed-minded. I remember listening to Barack Obama in his inauguration speech years ago. And he said something that was stuck with me all this time. He was talking about what he was going to do nationally, but then he went internationally to other countries. And he spoke to Arab countries and Muslim countries. And I remember him saying, my hand is open. But it cannot be extended to closed fist. And that's so true. How you going to shake somebody's hand if their fist is closed? And you see that a lot. You see that a lot. Now, you're trying to shake somebody's hand and they got a closed fist, right? They're trying to give you the fist bump when you're trying to extend their hand to welcome them because you want to feel their energy. You can't feel somebody's energy with a fist bump. So people generally giving fist bumps, they trying to know, they letting you know I'm good. I don't want anything you have to offer. I don't want anything. I don't want to listen to anything you have to say. I'm totally good. Extend your hand out, meaning I'm open to new ideals. I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to new opportunities. I'm open to just become a better person. Extend, when your hands is extended and it's open, you know, it's a gesture, but it means so much because you touch somebody, you can feel their energy, you can feel their vibe, their intention. So much can happen from a gesture like that. So that's all I'm telling you right now. When somebody got an extended hand, stop with the closed fist, man, trying to give them a fist bump. You see what they're trying to do? They got their hand extended. They're trying to open them up. I'm opening my hand to you right now, and I'm trying to give you what God has given me to give you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe. I want to manifest it to the world. I don't want to rob the world, you know, so don't come at me with a fist bump. So that's it. And that's what Richard did, and he lost everything. And he got no results. He even lost the results that he once had. And I don't want anybody who comes to the gym that sees me to lose the results that they once had because they come in with a bump fist because it's closed. They come in with a closed mindset like I can do it on my own. Dude, don't be a no results Richard or a same size Susie. If no results Richard said, you know what? I'm done. I've been trying to do this on my own. He sat down and talked to his wife, you know, and said, I've been coming to the gym every day. You know, I'm done. I want some change. I'm going to go in and talk to somebody, see what they can do for me. And he goes in and he talks. He said, I'm open. Share with me. This is what I normally do, but obviously it's not working. What else can be done? And they're gonna lock in. Especially if he has a good trainer, a trainer who's really like invested in people and not just invested in money. They're invested in people and making them better. He's going to really lock in with somebody and they're going to give him a routine and they're going to hold him accountable. And he's going to go through some struggles. He's going to go through some pain, but he's going to start seeing a change. And it's not going to be immediate. It's going to be gradual, but after he starts seeing that change, he's really going to be like, yo, I see it. And not only is he going to see it, he's going to go home and guess what? His wife is going to see it. He's going to go home and his kids is going to see it. He's going to go to work and his job, his employers is going to see it. His co-workers are going to see it. They're going to see change in no result Richard. Richard's going to start elevating and excelling. And so that job that he once had, he's going to probably say, you know what? I can do better. You know, at home, he's going to say, baby, you know what? To his wife, we can get a better house. I know we can do this. To his kids, he's going to say, yo, guys, I can push you harder. And now the kids are going to want to do better. Everybody, his lifestyle is going to change, all because he took that initiative to change his workouts and step it up. I'm telling you, it changes lives because it changes mindset. It changes the chemistry, the biology in your makeup. That's what working out does is for you. It changes the biology inside of a person till they start thinking differently. And when they start thinking differently, they start doing differently. And when they start doing different, they start getting different results. High Rocks, you got all these different programs because people know when challenges and adversity hits somebody and they start making those major changes, oh my gosh, they excel and they become different people. And that's what you want. That's why no results Richard has to really say, you know what, I'm tired and I have to make some drastic changes. And those drastic changes start gradually. Results that I'm getting, there has to be a God. Because I can't believe I was at one time. They start looking at their before and after pictures. They said, this is only God can do this. I only put forth effort, but the results, wow, I could never imagine this. It's like somebody who was poor and became rich, or somebody who had a company and then that company blew up so massive that they couldn't even phantom being where they are right now. It's the same way with your body, with your lifestyle. You would think this is unbelievable the way I am right now. You got to give credit to God. I've been to another country. People didn't know how to speak my language. I didn't know how to speak their language, but they knew that I didn't eat certain food, and they knew that I didn't go out, and they knew that I didn't do certain things just because of the way I looked. They just, and it was because of the way I carried myself. They just knew it. And that's like who you are speaks so loud. You personally don't have to say a word. That's working out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want for everybody, because I was like you one time. I was no result, Richard, same size Sally. I wasn't getting it. I opened up, changed my life. I remember reading the story about Bruce Lee, and I'm gonna end it here. Bruce Lee, he was talking to this guy he was supposed to train. And the guy came in and he's just talking and he's talking and Bruce Lee tried to say, oh, well, so we're going to do this. And the guy cut him off. He's still talking and he's talking. Bruce Lee tried to talk one more time and still talking. Bruce Lee couldn't get a word in. So Bruce Lee said, we like some tea. He said, yeah, give me some tea. So he's talking. Bruce Lee puts his cup down. He fills his glass with some tea. And he fills the man's glass with some tea, and then the tea overflows, and it keeps flowing. The man said, what you doing? You won't stop. The tea, my cup, don't you see it's full? And Bruce Lee made a comment. He said, that's like me trying to talk to you right now. You're already full. I can't get a word in otherwise. So that's one of the things. When you're full, how could somebody put something in to something that's already full? Basically, that's what he's saying. So sometimes don't go in with a full cup, man. You know what I'm saying? Go in open. Go in empty so you can be fooled. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to go in to be fooled when you're going in to learn something new. Always be open to learn new things. But why? Why am I doing it? I'm doing it because of the people who I work for. Who do I work for? I don't live with my family. I work for my family. I don't work with my coworkers. I work for my coworkers, right? And so I say that because I work for my family, not just giving them money, but I'm trying to give them I'm trying to be a role model for them and let them really see, like, listen, this is what you need to do. Not just my immediate family, but also my sisters, my cousins. This is what you need to do. This is how you need to get down. You need to get down like this, because this is how you're going to elevate and excel. And for my coworkers, I'm working for them just to show them, this is how you need to level up. This is how you need to stay busy. This is how you need to really work. I want to be that role model. I want to be that beacon. I want to be that light in the dark. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to do. That's why I do it. I do it because I want to be a light in the dark. I believe that God has instilled something in me, and he's telling me to cultivate it. That's why at the age I am right now, somebody told me yesterday, I want to train with you, man. When I get my money up, I want to train with you. Not because, he said, not because of the physical workout, but just because, I really want to know why you go as hard as you go. He said that, right? He said, yeah, I want to know why you go as hard as you go at your age. And I thought to myself, wow, okay. I said, yeah, we'll tap in when you're ready. And I left because I was in the bathroom when he said this, right? And so I thought about that. And I thought, I go as hard as I do because I want to motivate people and I want to inspire people. And it starts at home. I want to motivate, inspire my wife. I want to motivate, inspire my kids, my sisters, my cousins. I want to motivate, inspire the people that see me. If they never even talk to me, I want to motivate, inspire them and let them know that, my efforts, and now I'm getting deep. I'm going to tell you the truth. My efforts and my work ethic, I want it to be like the long arm of the law. I wanted to go right inside your heart and just dabble and pull out something that's great inside of you. That's what I want my effort and my workouts to do. I want to just, everybody who see it, I want to have like Spider-Man, just I know I'm going in right now, right? But I want to be like Spider-Man, like just putting out like the spider web into a bunch of people, bang, 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 and just pull it out. Everybody. That's what I want my workouts to do. Everybody who's watching it. I just put a web in everybody, bang, 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 and just pull. They looking at it like, OMG. He can do that. They just getting busy too. I can do it too. Boom, I can kill it too. Boom, I can do it too. Boom, everybody like, OMG, I can do it too. Oh, I can run like that too. Oh, I can, oh man. And then once you start doing that in the workout, you start saying, wow, guess what else I can do? I can go home. I can love my wife better. I can love my kids better. I can go to my job. I can work better. I can be stronger. And that's it. And then we all can do that. And we all can do the work of God. Yo, that's it. I want to be, that's why I do it. That's my why. And so when you got a why like that, you got to push yourself hard. My why is never changing. It's always going to be the same. So I got to push myself hard because I want to be that person. I don't need to talk to you. I don't want to say one word to you. Just the way I look, my disposition, my workouts. I wanted to go right inside of you and pull out your greatness too. You like, wow. Because I hear people say that. Yo, dude, when you came next to me, man, I had to level up. I had to level up, dude. I had to push myself further, man. Can't let you get all the work by yourself. That's it. If people saying that to you, you doing your job, yo. You get next to somebody, they doing squats, you in another squat rack, boom, you killing it, boom. They like, let me level up, man. He came over here trying to do that. Let me show him how it's done. You did your job. Somebody over there watching you say, wow, you did. Let me put something up on this rack. Let me go hard. You doing your job, man. That's how God intended it to be. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to get jealous. You're not supposed to get envious. You're supposed to be like, yo, let me level up myself. Let's do it, man. That's what we do as human beings on this earth. That's the real ecosystem anyway. I see a doctor going hard. He's pushing himself. I'm a lawyer. I'm leveling up. Whatever you do, I'm leveling up because they leveling up. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing myself. I'm going to keep pushing myself. I'm going to be that beacon. I'm going to be that star in the midst of the dark. Because guess what? The sun is always shining. The sun never, ever goes out. It's always shining. It may get dark, but when it's dark here, it's definitely light somewhere else. The sun is always shining. So we got a job to do. And that duty is to always shine. You know what I'm saying? Always shine. No matter what. You can be sleeping. You sleep with a smile. My wife told me, you sleep, you smiling. Why are you smiling when you sleep? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't even say why I'm smiling when I say. I never knew I was smiling when I was sleeping. But I hear I'm smiling when I'm sleeping. And you know what? It's a beautiful thing. My son told me the other day, I came out of the bathroom. He said, your teeth they white as paper. At first I said, white? What is that? But then I looked at his piece of paper. I said, oh, that's a white piece of paper. I said, wow, that's awesome. So then I seen him, he's just brushing his teeth, trying to get his teeth white. That's a beautiful thing, man. We should always try to motivate and inspire and help people be better. That's our duty. That's our job. That's our responsibility. If one person is doing it, the next person is doing it. We always got somebody to look up to. If you're doing good in your life, you're doing awesome. You're doing incredible. I don't want you to be looking down. No. Look up because there's somebody else doing good and incredible too. And you look up at them and say, oh, shoot, I can level up. I can be inspired. Why not? If you look down, guess what? Look down and be like, yo, guess what, guys? You can do this too. You got it in you. You can really push yourself and move forward. I started out. It doesn't even matter how I started out. But guess what? Where I'm at right now is awesome. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hear about, it's not my fault. We don't want to hear about, yo, the reasons I'm like this is because I'm Black. So of course, I got many reasons to be down and out. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about racism. We could talk about slavery. This is what I heard a great man once say. Yo, look, he said, it may not be your fault for your situation, but it's definitely your responsibility to get out of your situation. So let's not talk about the faults. this is the problem. This is the problem. Not my fault. I'm like this. I don't care what old you are. I have parents like this. My job is like this. Oh man, this happened to me. Yo, I know it's not your fault, but guess what it is? It's your responsibility to get out of that situation and become a better person and become stronger and become a beacon of light. You know what I'm saying? That's your responsibility. All right? So put forth the effort and make it happen. Don't become a one-size Sally. You know what I'm saying? And no result. Richard, that's his name? Don't do that. We don't want that. All right? So that's all I got for you guys. And I want you to become better. I want you to become stronger. Until next time, it's going to be about that internal battle that we all face. Till then, deuces.